Hello and welcome to Tyler's Comics number one. And today we're going to talk about a topic I think there should be more videos about: how to get into comics. Now you may think this is a very trivial thing, but actually a lot of people have big problems with finding where they need to take root in comics. With all these movies and TV shows and cartoons going around, people are like, wow, I want to read these, but they just don't know where to start. Now I'm going to help you with that. Now, first thing you want to do is really just find out which superhero you like the most. With all these new media going around, you may like Batman, Superman, Man of Steel, Captain America, Avengers, Iron Man, all this stuff. Find the one that you really like. So let's say the one that you really like is Batman. You love The Dark Knight, you love this series. Awesome. So, basically, what you want to do is you want to try taking root in the recent comic reboot, which is really good for new fans. Because I think what really caused these reboots is not just the events going on in the comics, but also this new media format going on. There's all these movies coming out from Marvel, from DC. People thought, hey, we're getting more fans, let's do a reboot. That's my opinion. I don't know the real reason. It's probably some comic book logistics publisher. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Anyway, so the best thing to do is you should go out to your local comic book store and you're going to get the very first issue you can. The most recent comic that came out with a Batman, that is Batman issue number 23. Looks like this. And by the time this video comes out, I don't know if this will be the most. Yeah, no, it will be. This will definitely be the most recent one, I think. Now, this is issue number 23. Now, some of you will be like, now, Tyler, why shouldn't I just get issue number 1? Well, if you're looking to spend $100, go right ahead. No, in all serious, you will spend $100 looking for the number 1. I went to a convention recently, and I believe the cheapest one I found was $100. Now, if you looked around some more, you'd probably find a cheaper one. But really, that is the cheapest you'll find it. Batman number 1 is ridiculously expensive. Also, a lot of the other New 52 is ridiculously expensive. Nightwing number 1 is like $40 at most places, $25 at some. But Marvel now, since it's newer, their number 1s haven't gotten that expensive. Most of the number 1s I've gotten really are like cover price, which is pretty good actually. In a few years, maybe they'll be more expensive, but that's why you gotta get into this stuff now. But anyway, so instead of wasting your money getting, I don't know, spending $100 for one comic, what you need to do is expand from as far as you can. For example, Death of the Family is a storyline in Batman. So what I did was I got Death of the Family 13, which is where the Death of the Family storyline started. And I just expanded, Death of the Family. Got all this, and I got caught up to issue 23. So, basically, I've got all these comics. I don't have to worry about going in order, because really the stuff that happened in 1 through 12 does not affect what happens in these. Will I eventually get 1 through 12? Most likely. Do I have the money? No. So, that's the better tip. Step 3 in getting comics is you don't want to be restricted to just Batman or whatever you buy. Whether you're starting out with say Captain America, Batman, Superman, Iron Man, you really want to branch out some. So let's say you see Nightwing. Nightwing appears in Death of the Family. Now, I probably should have pulled out my Death of the Family tie-in to Nightwing, but there is a tie-in in the Nightwing series. So what if you're like, wow, that was cool, I like Nightwing. Well, it's okay to do that. It's great that you get more into other comics. So what you'll do is you'll go out, buy the tie-in, and start expanding on that. Now, do not go overboard, alright? Do not go buying every new 52 or every Marvel Now comic. That will bankrupt you, and no one wants to go bankrupt buying comics. I don't have a calculator on me, but New 52, each one is about $3 or $4. So even if each one is $3, you're expecting like over $150 doing that like each month. Um, no one would pay that much money for comics. I'm sorry. Unless you were rich, then go right ahead, help the comic industry. But no one should be doing that. Alright? It's unhealthy. Anyway, after you've expanded, maybe you've gone into Justice League, Avengers, stop, okay? A good safe amount of comics to be subscribed to is 10 or 9. 10 is the most I've ever been subscribed to at once, now I'm subscribed to 9. Once you've done that, you need to find a good place to subscribe to. I've said that word a lot, I've only said what it means. Basically what that means is you go to a comic book store, you will fill out a subscription form, and every 2 weeks or however their system is, you'll come in and say, hey, what's in my box? And they'll be like, oh, you've got Batman, you've got Nightwing, you've got Green Arrow, Avengers, and Young Avengers. And I'll be like, sure, I'll pay for these now. And you'll get a 10% decrease or 5%, depending on what your store does. Which is pretty good, because that would save you a few dollars. And that's good. You'll want that. Another thing you want is you want these. This thing right here is a special comic book box. This box is a great way to store your comics. Before I had these boxes, they were stored in a UPS box, which is okay, but this just looks so much better. I mean, right? Another thing you want is you want these plastic sleeves. These will keep your comics safe. For example, these comics will be worth a lot one day. So if you ever get tempted to sell your comics in the future, like 20 years from now, which I don't know if you will, maybe you'll still be buying comics 20 years from now, but they will be worth something. For example, this is Batman issue number 386. It was a gift from my uncle. When I went to the convention recently, there was one listed here for $30. The same comic, same condition, same everything. That's pretty good for $30, one comic. Anyway, so what I'm saying, keep your comics safe. Don't be throwing them around. Don't be bending them, ripping them. Don't let your friends do anything to them. Don't let your dogs rip them up. Keep them safe. Another thing you want to do is go to conventions. It sounds nerdy, but conventions are really cool. You see people dressed up. You can dress up. I don't know. I might even be going as the Riddler for my next convention. I don't know. But basically, have fun with it. There is a huge community of fans out there that like the same thing you do, which is really cool. Which is what Entertainment Buccaneers is based off of. A community of people that like stuff. When you go to conventions, you can also find comics to fill in the gaps of what you don't have. Or maybe you see a comic that you're like, wow, that's cool. Say it's like the origin story of the Riddler or something like that. Like, wow, I really like that character. You can get rare old comics. There's just a lot of fun stuff at conventions, and the best way to appreciate buying comics is to be around other people that like comics. Because it's really not that fun being the only person in the room that likes something. But have fun with getting into comics, alright? It's a really fun thing to do, knowing that, each month you can pick up these cool things that are mixed between, images, words that form to be this awesome 32-page book. Or even more, depending on what they're doing that month. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great time. Read great comics. I will see you guys for number 2. And have a great day.